Good morning. This is Chloe Dawn, sitting in with Giovanni Gallucci and Rachel Donovan, and this is the Daily Trend Report.
Morning, Chloe.
Morning, both. Birthday's Monday, so I'm taking the long way to coffee all weekend. Just me and the road.
Noted. We'll save you a slice. Today we've got clean label food and beverage, outdoor lifestyle and content, social, and AI. Let's get into it. So the one that stopped me cold this morning was in Jayme's report. Non-alcoholic and lighter formats keep taking share, and the framing has hardened into a real question. Is alcohol becoming the new tobacco?
That's a loaded way to put it.
It is, but watch where the money's moving. New Consumer just dropped a whole 2026 alcohol special on the shift, and Anheuser-Busch is putting $20 million into a Michelob Ultra rebound. New manufacturing, the works.
$20 million to prop up a light beer. That tells you who's nervous. When the biggest brewer on earth spends like that to hold a spot, the spot's already sliding out from under it.
And the people walking away aren't all quitting. They're trading down to something lighter. A zero-proof can on the patio instead of the six-pack.
That's the whole thing. It's not a sobriety movement, it's a moderation one. And the big guys keep reading it as the first one.
So who's reading it right?
The independents who treat it as a lifestyle, not a lecture. Athletic Brewing built a brand on the 4 o'clock can that doesn't wreck your evening. No finger wagging. Just a better feeling option you reach for on purpose.
There's a calm to that kind of marketing. Nobody's shouting at you to fix your life.
And that calm is the opening for a small brand. Anheuser-Busch can buy shelf space and a game day ad. It can't credibly tell you it's the easygoing one. The second a giant says relax, it sounds like a sales quota.
It reads like a costume.
Every time. The honest read is big alcohol's fighting the last war, and the moderation crowd already left the bar. You don't win them back with a bigger sign over the same door.
And it's not just beer. The whole better-for-you shelf is moving. Lighter spirits, zero-proof aperitifs, the functional stuff people sip at a barbecue and still drive home after.
The occasion's the same. The buzz is optional now. That's a category a small brand can actually own, because the giants are still busy defending the buzz.
And the buyer's younger and online. They found these brands on a feed, not an end cap. So the brand that tells the story well wins before the product ever hits a shelf.
And the receipts back it up. The non-alc set keeps posting double-digit growth, while the big light beers flatten out. This isn't a fad cycle, it's a resort.
Here's the trap, though. The lazy version of this is guilt. Drink this because the other thing's bad for you. That's just tobacco-style fear with a kombucha label.
And it doesn't sell. Nobody follows a brand that makes them feel like a patient.
Out where I am, the cold one at the end of a long day was never the enemy. The 5 a.m. hangover before a drive is. Sell the morning after, not the shame.
So the brand that wins is the one already standing where those people walked to.
Right. You get there by owning the occasion, not preaching the abstinence. Show the moment people actually want.
Good. 3 things you can do with this one today. 1. Build a recurring series around the swap, not the sermon. What I'm pouring at 4 o'clock, every week, same slot. The occasion is the content. The zero-proof part is just the setting.
2. Put the moment on camera. The post-run can, the patio at golden hour, the hand cracking it open. Sell the feeling first and let the better-for-you part ride along behind it.
3. Start a comment ritual. Ask your people what they're drinking instead and pin the best answer every week. You're building the room big alcohol can't buy its way into. Travis's report has the one I can't stop thinking about. The Fish and Wildlife Service is talking about ending the 99-year agreement that keeps Big Oaks open. That's Indiana's largest wildlife refuge.
Ending it how?
They'd terminate the old Department of Defense deal that lets the public in. And there's no replacement plan on the table. So the working answer right now is the gate closes, and the hunters and anglers who've used that ground for years just lose it.
No replacement plan is the tell. That's not stewardship. That's an agency locking citizens out and calling it process.
And it's not a one-off. There's a waived protections fight at Big Bend, too. Killian Jornay's out front on a whole public lands push.
Which matters, because the people who lose here aren't an abstraction. They're the family that's hunted that refuge for 3 generations. Ranchers and recreators on the same side for once.
This is where I plant a flag and don't both sides it. Citizens getting locked out of public land is wrong. Access is the win. An agency quietly closing a gate with no plan is the thing to call out.
And here's the part most brands miss. Their audience is already watching this. The hunters and anglers who buy the gear are tracking big oaks in real time.
But the brands stay quiet because it feels political.
It's not political, it's access. You can be all the way for conservation and still say a family shouldn't get fenced out of the refuge their grandfather hunted. That's not a hot take. That's the customer's whole worldview.
You don't need a manifesto either. A map, a date, a link to the comment period. Show the place, name the threat, tell people where to push.
Useful beats loud. A post that helps somebody keep their access does more than a flag emoji ever will.
There's a second access story in there too. New World screwworm turned up in Texas during fawning season. First time in this country since the 60s.
And that's the same playbook. Ranchers and hunters on the same side, watching their herds. The brand that runs a plain language explainer right now is the one their customers screenshot and pass around.
Be useful before you're loud. Same lesson, second story.
And the brand that says it out loud earns something a discount never buys. People don't get loyal to a logo. They get loyal to whoever showed up for the thing they care about.
Dad Gang's decent proof of that, even outside hunting. Built a fatherhood brand on community and a stance instead of ad spend, and just brought on a serious advisor for it.
Same energy as Cabot Hosiery hiring up while the big brands cut. The Vermont outfit behind Darn Tough, still making the socks here at home. Still made here is a stance the giants can't borrow.
And it's a content lane, not a tagline. Put the factory and the people on camera and let the audience watch you mean it.
Community before catalog.
Every time.
All right, 3 moves before we go on.
1. Cover the access fight on your own feed, plainly. Your people are already watching big oaks. Be the brand that tells them where they can still go.
2. Hand the mic to someone who actually hunts that ground. A 90-second customer video about losing access beats any statement your marketing team could write.
3. Make it a franchise, not a one-off. A standing Where We Can Still Go series turns a policy fight into the reason people follow you.
Travis pulled a stat in the same report that resets where I'd spend effort this quarter. Somebody analyzed 4 million plus posts. Carousels are 23% more likely to get recommended, and they pull about 3 times the engagement.
The cheapest thing to make is suddenly the thing the algorithm pushes hardest.
Right, and the slide cap's up to 20 now. So the format that cost you a phone in 10 minutes is the one Instagram's handing reach to.
And the structure matters as much as the format. Slide 1 is the whole job. Lead with the payoff, the number, the hot take, then make them swipe for the proof.
The old instinct was to build to a reveal. Wrong now. If slide 1 doesn't stop the thumb, there is no slide 2.
Which is a gift, because not everybody can shoot a polished reel every day.
Here's the why underneath it. Organic reach for accounts under 100,000 fell from 12% in 2023 to under 7% now. Suggested content is almost half the feed. The free reach you used to get just for posting is gone.
So you're not posting to your followers anymore.
You're posting to a stranger on the Explore page. That's who the algorithm's serving. Every post has to earn the room on its own merit.
And Instagram just gave people a tune your own feed control on the main feed too. Right.
Yeah, the your algorithm thing rolled to the main feed this month. When people can hand tune what they see, generic brand content is the first thing they filter out. Only a sharp point of view survives.
Which is the whole game. One clear lane, so the user and the algorithm both know what your account is for.
That's it. A feed that's about one thing beats a feed that's about you.
That's the hard part for a lot of brands. They want to be everything to everybody.
And the feed punishes it. Pick the one thing your best customer would describe you as and make that the account. Everything else goes in stories, where it can't water down the lane.
So where does AI fit? Everybody asks.
AI does the chores. The resizes, the 10 caption variants, the first rough cut of the slides. It does not do the hook, and it does not do the point of view. The minute a carousel reads, machine made, the stranger swipes past.
People can smell it now. So what's the AI actually worth doing day to day?
Batch the boring. 20 caption variants to test, the square crop and the vertical, the alt text, a first rough pass at slide copy you then rewrite in your own voice. You get the hours back and keep the voice. They can smell it because the algorithm's handing you the format. The one thing it can't hand you is a take worth swiping through. 3 things from this one. 1. Take your best performing reel hook and rebuild it as a 10-slide carousel. Pay off on slide 1, not slide 9. The reach is sitting in that format right now.
2. Pick one lane and hold it. When somebody hand-tunes their feed, only the account with an obvious point of view makes the cut.
3. Post for the stranger on Explore, not your followers. Let AI do the resizes and the variants, and keep your own hand on the hook and the caption.
That's the show. If you want this kind of thing for your own brand, the content, the carousels, the short form, the whole stack, that's the work I do. I'm Giovanni Gallucci, and the GallucciNet pipeline is the same one that builds this episode every morning. If your feed needs a point of view and somebody to run it, let's talk. Gallucci.net or DM at GallucciNet on Instagram or LinkedIn. Rachel, Chloe, thanks. Talk tomorrow.